Well, look at that. Well, little did I know that one day I would become a tout, right? All I ever wanted in life was to grow up and not be a piece of shit tout. And I make the mistake of going on my boy BK's show last week, Tappin' Birdie, and I have a couple ranch waters, which I'm having tonight. And I make the mistake of doing what? What do? He says Siwoo Kim. I say, no, sir. The person who's going to win is Tom Kim. And I've thought, well, fuck, if I've already put it out there, I might as well double down on my own emergency stream Wednesday night. So who do I say is the one person I'm definitely playing? Who was it? It was Tom Kim. And then who fucking won like the goat that he is? You know who won. The big guy is now a tout. So now I officially want to retire as a tout and tell you that in my career, I have shot 100% at picking winners at DFS golf. You should come watch my show every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, because you know I literally pick 100% winners. I'll never fucking do it again. And for all of you saying, well, you're not going to do the one guy you're playing. Yeah, that's one guy I'm playing. That's not one guy I'm definitely guaranteeing who's going to win, right? So I'm just going to retire as a tout. I'm 100%. You're welcome. Feel free to, build a statue of me, put me on the Mount Rushmore of touting, and now I will go back to shitting on touts for the rest of my life because fuck them. What's up, everybody? I'm the Degenerate 75. You probably, hey, new guy, fucking welcome, man. I'm glad you're here. And you're probably thinking, this guy, he's a lot. And you know what? You're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong, man. I am a lot, but it's largely because of the ranch water and because I fucking love Wednesdays. You know why I love Wednesdays, new guy? Because it's the day before the fucking golf tournament starts, and I spend all week as soon as Sunday ends, and I'm like, fuck you, lineups. I'm already like, I give myself like 2-hour break, and then I'm already into the next week. So when this shit gets here, I go at it, and I go at it hard. We are in there. We're ready to get after them. I got to get this off my screen. And that's what we're doing. So we are here. I'm pumped up. It's Wednesday night. This is the emergency stream. This is where we focus on week long. But new guy, please don't get it twisted. I do this every Friday and Saturday night for the showdown. Because like my whole brand is like the showdown hoedown, right? That's what I do. That was the original show. This emergency stream I just accidentally stepped on, fell into because of the PGA Championship was here in my home state of fucking piece of shit Oklahoma. So that's what we do. I hope you like me. I hope you are interested. If you really like me, why don't you go drop me a quick like on this? You can't help but notice there's no subs on here, new guy. Or excuse me, no ads on here. So why don't you go drop a sub? If you're like, man, why are you mixing up your words? Once again, 3 ranch waters deep, big guy. And that's on an empty stomach, so they're hitting me pretty hard. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the show today. You see, I even got my little page here over my head. That's the Degenerate 75 right there. Look at that. 1.27 thousand subscribers. That's a lot because I started this channel like 3 months ago. So if you go drop me a sub and a like, you wouldn't piss me off. And a lot of this content is very time sensitive, so you got to watch it pretty quick or it's pretty fucking useless. But don't forget, I did just put out a Q&A video this week that a lot of people really enjoyed, where I just answered the Q&A that people from my Discord wanted to know. I answered those. It'll probably help you become a better DFS player, specifically a PGA DFS player. So go check that out. That's what we do. Never forget, Topo Chico, I'm still not sponsored. I drink ranch water and pump your brand every week. Reach out to your boy. He needs a sponsorship. You know I'm never going to have any corporate overlords or anything like that. So if you don't sponsor me, I'm just going to go independent forever. I'm never going to run ads. So fuck all of you that try to get me to do it. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you got my schedule. You know who I am. You're going to go give me a follow on Twitter. And you need to know that there's something happening at the end of the show. You see this big-ass wheel right here? Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick, isn't it? That's a big-ass wheel with a lot of names on it. There's going to be a big drawing. Hey, new guy, you want me to hit spin right now? I ain't gonna. Because if I do it right now, you'll leave. So F that. Not to mention, am I going to be doing a couple spins of this wheel and doing one for people over here in the chat? You know what I'm going to really do? Why you should really fucking stay and watch? Because I have a big announcement. You may not give a fuck, but I promise you I do, and my best friend does, and my mom does, and my lady does. So that's at least 4 people in this world that care. Maybe you'll give a shit. That'll be 5 of us. That's a big win. So that's it. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm not going to sell the brand. We're going to dive straight into this thing. So let's get going. Hey, new guy, I'm sorry. You need to know this about me. I have a bad habit of picking on the new guy, right? And it's because I love you. It's not because I hate you. It's because, everybody had to pay their dues, right? Everybody was the new guy at this stream at one time or the other. I picked on them, so it would be fucked up if I didn't pick on you now that you're the new guy, right? So here we go. Hey, new guy, you ready? You ready? This is the most important question you'll answer all night. Are you ready? Have you made your lineups yet? I'm talking to you. Yes, I know. You think, wait, who is this guy? I'm talking to you, new guy. Have you made you've made your lineups? I know you have. Don't fucking lie to me. You've made your lineups. You've definitely made them. I forgive you. Here's what we do on this stream. We don't make our lineups until after the stream is over. Why? Because A, we don't have all the pertinent, relevant information that helps us make the best possible lineups. Furthermore, whenever you make your lineups without all the relevant, pertinent information, you're just being a donkey dick loser like all the other people who made their lineup Monday and probably don't even know that fucking Hiddeki's withdrawn because they're slap dick losers. Those are the guys we need to take their money to try to win at PGA DFS, because if you don't know, this shit be tough, and you can take that from me. I've been doing it for a long ass time. So don't make your lineups yet. You have an idea of who you like. You have an idea what the direction you want to go in, but you don't make your lineups until you've watched this stream. So now that you know that, I forgive you. Let me get a quick drink. We're diving in. All right. Before we dive into this week, we are going to look at some contest selection. A couple things I want to talk about. Did you guys see this 222? They're doing 3 different ones. It's the 222, it's the $40, and it's the $6. They're doing 3 different ones, and this is like, yes, it's a normal GPP for this given week, right? You know, you can still win if you play in the 222 here, which is what I have up on the screen. You can win $50,000 for first place. Fucking sick, right? That's nice. It's a nice $200 single entry, basically, right? But this is going towards a cumulative total that they're going to add up over the next 3 weeks because, you know, it's like the playoffs. They're doing the whole theme of the playoffs, and so that's what they're going to be doing. So if you place well in all 3 of these weeks, you can get bonus prizes. You can go click on it, but like basically if you do the $6 one, it's like first place is like 1,000 DK dollars or 500, and then if you do the $40, like 2,000 DK dollars, and if you do this 222, which honestly, why would you not? If you're already a guy that plays $200 single entries and you're not playing this 222, like go slap yourself in the face. Because not only is it still your normal single entry where you can take down, you know, a very nice solid prize structure only against 1,500 people, but more importantly, those cumulative finishing points are going to go towards that 3-week total, and then you can win, I think it's like 3,000 or 4,000 DK dollars, which, you know, that's a nice little bonus for not doing anything. I'd play in this even if there wasn't the extra bonus. So when DK is going to throw out cool, fun stuff like this, and you're committed to playing the next couple weeks, fucking get in there and do it. There you go. That's free advice. I'm not even going to charge you for it. So that's something I would look at. There's the 222, there's the 40, and there's the $6, which I'm finding a little concerning because I'm pretty sure that I'm in those, yet they're still popping up. Are they not single entry? I don't fucking know. By the way, get over here in this chat, ask questions, but hear me, new guy. If you don't put a question mark, I ain't gonna fucking read it. You hear me? You gotta put a question mark because this chat gets like 500 deep, and I'm not gonna read every fucking question 500 deep. So make sure you put a question mark over there. Hey, new guy. I like your resolve. You got a little bit of backbone to you. I dig that. All right. Tournaments. Let me just go ahead and, new guy, if you got $100, you're one of those guys, you play $100 a week, you do it for fun, you're just here for a good time, right? Okay. Well, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go put 5 lineups in this $20, and you're going to fucking lose your ass. And let's just say this is the one week every 5 years where your slapdick ass managed to put together a lineup without considering ownership, without knowing pivots, without knowing weather edges, and you just happen to just put it together. You're that guy that goes to 7-Eleven and does a scratch off and fucking hits $15,000, right? Let's say that's you. And let's say your lineup, you get 10th place. Could you imagine finishing 10th place in a GPP with 70,000 people? Fucking incredible. You're amazing, new guy, especially because you only did 5 lineups, you fucking legend. And all that's going to get you back is $3,000. 10th place is only 1/100th of first place. That is a horrific prize structure. And I know you think that you're going to win $300,000, but let me just go ahead and tell you the worst secret of all time. You're not going to fucking win it. You're not going to win it. So don't play in that tournament. Okay? I know we all have dreams of winning $300,000 and how that would change your life. Yeah, but like you're not going to. So stop. If you got $100 and you want to play in proper tournaments, go check out these $100 single entries down here. Go check out some $15 3 maxes. Go check out these tournaments where guys like me can't go put 150 lineups. You've got your 5. I get to put 150 in. You ain't going to beat me with 150 versus 150 in the long term. I'll beat you every time. Now you want to go 5 versus 150 against me? You have no fucking chance in the long run. Yes, maybe you'll find a shamrock shoved up your ass and have the week of your life and get 10th place. You're going to give that back in no time. You're going to give it back in no time. That's only 30 weeks of entries if you do $100 every week. And that is assuming you get that 1 in 5 year break to finish in there. So don't play in that piece of shit tournament. They just put those big top prizes to reel in the fish and get them to bite on it. The only way you should be playing in a tournament like that is if you were entering 150 lineups. And something tells me, new guy, if you're just now finding this fucking stream, you're not a dude that's playing $3,000 in lineups every week. That's just, I'm making assumptions. So there you go. If you want a better tournament to play in and you do have a little bit of cash, this fucking $5, the big $5 this week where you can enter 150, much better prize structure. 50,000 up top, which is only 12.5% of the total prize pool. And look at that. 10th place is now $2,000, which is 1/25th of first place, which a great mathematician back in the 1700s once said that 25 to 1 is a lot better than 100 to 1. I forget his name, but he did say that. Famous mathematician. It's a theorem. So that's what you want to be looking at. If I had $100, I would probably be having some fun with that $40 little special leaderboard special they're doing with this 3-week playoff thing, the $6, a $15 3 max, stuff like that. That's such a better investment of your $100 than just throwing $5 $20 lineups in here and just fucking giving your money to the rich guys. Like, that's stupid. That's stupid. I'm trying to help you, new guy. Don't do it. So that's what you're doing. I will tell you, this is the last week that I'm going to be going hardcore into week-long. Starting next week when there's no cut, I'm just going to save a larger percentage of my money for Showdown because basically the whole fucking thing is a Showdown. So let's just go ahead and play Saturday and Sunday Showdown instead of playing week-long. That's what I'll be doing. But this week there is a cut. It's T65. It's a normal event other than the fact that it's, 120, 122 golfers versus a normal full field of 144 or 156, right? So you're just going to, everything is normal this week, other than the fact that a slightly larger percentage of people will make the make the cut than normal. That's basically it. So factor that in when making your decisions. We're not going to go over all these. Contest selection, check it out. All right, you ready, new guy? You ready for your next question? All right, here we go. You fucking missed on the first one, big guy. Let's redeem ourselves. I already got it previewed. Hope you weren't paying attention. All right, now we're on to this week. We're on to the thing that matters the most. And what is the very first thing, new guy, that we should check? What is the very first thing we should check when it comes to week-long fantasy? No, fuck that. Any PGA DFS. What? No. What the fuck are you talking about? We check the weather, you asshole. So look, we got to go check the weather. And if I were looking at this weather, the first thing that sticks out to me is it looks almost the exact same both days, right? Like earlier, it looked like there might have been a slight edge because Thursday looked completely dead all day, where maybe you could play some Thursday PM guys and then turn around and play the Friday AM guys. That seemed pretty nice, right? But now, honestly, it looks pretty steady. It looks like Thursday morning they're going to go roast this course, but it's not like Thursday afternoon is going to be real tough. And it looks like Friday morning might be a couple gusts, but overall, a pretty even day. No one loves to play a weather edge more than the big guy. No one loves it. I will go all in. I'll be like, what? The wind is thinking about blowing? I will go all in AM. That's how I roll. Okay, I look for any edge. You've got picks. I play a game. But you want to know the truth? You want to know the truth, new guy? I don't see shit there. Right here, what I'm looking at, I don't see enough to even use as a tiebreaker. I'm not going to be doing it unless this thing changes after the stream. Maybe some crazy front will roll in Friday afternoon and they'll update it tonight. I fucking doubt it, but it is possible. But you know what? Me and you, new guy, we're not part of the Wikipedia generation. We check more than one site. We're fucking adults. So let's go check Willy Weather, see what they say about old Germantown. I'm German. So they're saying that Friday afternoon going to get up to moderate. So according to this, it looks like, which is almost the exact opposite it was showing earlier. So if you're going off Willy Weather, it would appear that Friday afternoon is going to get a little blustier. I don't really know if 12 miles an hour is enough to blow me off my picks. You see what I did there? So yeah, I guess if you had to lean one way or the other, you would probably want to go PM, AM because it looks like the wind's not going to get very high Thursday afternoon and conditions will be nice out Friday. But you do have to remember when we just looked over here on Wind Finder, we did see the gustiest it'll be all day is in the morning. And I've heard that pros hate that. Last one, we're going to check the Weather Channel because some great scholars have argued that the Weather Channel does weather. And let's go look at it. If you see here, the Weather Channel says, ooh, whoa, we're going to get some, So now this is why we check more than one source, fucking new guy. Because look at this. I'm seeing pretty good chance, 40% consistently across many hours that that we might get some storms. And so now we're projecting weather, and now we have to also project weather delays. And that's when it gets tricky, right? Remember the players that royally fucked over some of us, specifically me. So the thing about projecting weather this week, or wind, and trying to guess who's going to have the wind edge is maybe this weather is going to fuck it all up anyway. So whatever you guess, you might be wrong. So I'm just going to go ahead and save you some time. hopefully, you do whatever you want, big guy. I don't give a fuck who you play or what strategy you play. But here's what I will tell you. I'm not playing a weather edge because I feel like you're fucking playing with fire this week. That's what I feel like. That's all day Thursday that there looks like a very, very decent chance. I mean, if it's anything like North Carolina, all they have to do is see a fucking cloud. 4-hour delay. There's electricity in the air. You lying motherfather. You just saw a cloud and you got nervous, you bitch. And so I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And trust me, no one wants a weather edge more than this man right here, right? No one. But I don't see it. I'm not going to do it. And now that I know that I also have to factor in random fucking thunderstorms all day Thursday, now I'm really out, right? Especially after the PGA showed that, like, oh my God, I got to delay everything for no reason. I guess they'd never been to North Carolina, and I got people down in North Carolina, and I heard from them themselves that the PGA was overreacting. PGA's getting me fired up. Ranch water drink. So, as much as I love to harp on weather, as much as I love to go in on a weather advantage, I don't see it. Let's move the fuck on. Hey, look at that. Do you know that I have a podcast? It's called The Degenerate 75 Talks Golf with Smart People. I have had on some fucking epic guests, from Andy Lack to Brick 75 to Awesomeo, and this last week I had on Rob G. If you haven't went and listened to that, go check it out. Me and Rob G, we cut it up about golf, and that is my dude. So go listen to it. I think you'll enjoy it. It is a good listen while you're commuting or while you're sitting at work or whatever the fuck you people do, right? So go check that out. There it is. That's me. See, that's me talking right there to Albert Einstein. All right. Let's get to maybe the most important thing. This is what keeps the people coming back. It is called ownership. Hey, new guy, you don't know my brand yet, right? So let me just go ahead and catch you up real quick. Here's what I would say. I would say that a fucking person who's never played 1 second of PGA DFS could come in and have success at PGA DFS if they literally just followed one rule called zig when everybody zags, because this is the one sport where chalk blows the fuck up more than any other sport, and probably why I live for it. A lot of y'all don't know that this ranch water right here is made with blue agave tequila and the tears of everybody that plays donkey chalk. Okay, and when you play donkey chalk, I drink those tears up and I love it. Oh, love them. Siwoo Kim, how'd that treat you last week, you donkey dicks? Not very well. Who was the one guy I'm definitely not playing? Siwoo Kim, you moron. What did he come? T78? I can't wait. He didn't withdraw? Of course he withdrew. It's Siwoo Kim. The fuck were you doing? 23% because some personality told you to play him? Get the fuck out of here. You get the fuck out of here, Siwoo Kim at 23%. Donkey chalk. And yes, sometimes the donkey chalk gets there. And they like to be like, Luke, my donkey chalk did so well. How did you do, bud? You still fucking lost, didn't you? Because you played the chalk. And when you play the chalk and it hits, you still got to share it with 23% of the field, you ass clown. I digress. Okay, so let's get in. This is what keeps the people coming back. This is the single most important thing you need to consider when you are doing PGA DFS, and it is one word. It's ownership. That's it. That's really what it comes down to. If you knew for sure, this actually was a scandal a couple years ago, but if you knew the ownership ahead of time with 100% certainty, what everybody was going to play, and you just simply went and used that to your advantage, it would be the greatest gift you could have. It would be better than being like God himself and knowing the weather for the next 3 days. Because when you know ownership, you know when to pivot and how to pivot and what is the best pivots, right? All I'm doing right here is projecting. And yes, when you project, it's not 100% accurate. I will say I have pretty good fucking ownership. No one's bitched about it so far. And for all of you that don't know, I do all of this ownership, all 122 players this week over on my Discord, right? They get access to all of it. Fucking takes so fucking long to make. I take into a million factors and I make it up. And so here's what I have. I'm only going to do the top 12 here. You want it all? Too fucking bad, new guy. This is what you get. You be happy with it. Here's our ownership. Right now, as of right now, I have Sam Burns and Sung J M coming in as the only two players over 20%, which is actually kind of surprising, right? The reason that ownership is not really spiking with anybody this week, and this is something that all of us could stand to learn, reason, right? It's because everybody in this field kind of doesn't suck dick, right? All these guys are in the FedEx Cup. They at least had a pulse at some point this season to get them in the top 125 of points. And so when you have 122 relatively good players, right? There's no fucking slapdick amateur from Japan, right? There's no whoever, sponsor exemption guy that you've never heard of. That's a really good story, okay? Like, there's none of that shit. All of these are like legit PGA golfers who've had good seasons, right? Or at least average seasons, above average. They made the playoffs, right? And so because of that, pricing has to reflect that. And so pricing ends up being much more evenly distributed with a deep field. And when you have a deep field with no slapdicks, you're going to end up with people being able to easily pivot. And that's what you have this week. And because of that, the only guys that are getting super chalky this week fall into two camps. One, they're coming in fucking spectacular form. A Sung JM, a Tony Finau, a Rory McIlroy, a Tom Kim, right? Those would be guys coming in with spectacular form. That's camp A of the chalk world, right? But there's also another group called DraftKings doesn't know how to fucking price people, okay? Who would that be? That would be your Sam Burns. That would be your Corey Connors. You probably could make that same argument with Justin Thomas and Shane Lowry. These guys are underpriced for the quality of talent that they are. And whenever there's one thing that will drive ownership, and that one rule is people love to play a good player who is underpriced. Now you factor in a good player who's underpriced, who has good form, they'll eat it up. They'll eat it up. And so because of that, ownership is pretty tame this week, right? Like, I hate to use the term donkey chalk this week because I just don't think there's a lot of guys out there who are like definitive donkey chalk, but I am going to highlight three. Hey, new guy, you're probably wondering, what the fuck is donkey chalk? Hey, great question. You're doing good tonight. You're a lot better than last week's group. Donkey chalk is chalk. Chalk is a player who is too highly owned relative to the players around him, right? What makes them donkey chalk is when they get exponentially higher than the people around them, and there's obvious, clear pivots to players that are just as good or better at lower ownership around them. That is how we define donkey chalk on this channel. And you're watching my channel, so that's the only fucking opinion that matters. So here we go. Sam Burns is coming in at 21.2%. Sam Burns should be priced at $9,500. He's $8,600. I get why people want to play him. He literally has probably higher win upside than any other player below 9,000. Matter of fact, you could probably go all the way up to Finau would probably be the first player up at 9,700 that would probably have a higher win equity than Sam Burns. Sam Burns legit has like a 5% chance of winning this tournament. I would also say he probably has like a 20% chance of probably a 30% chance of missing the cut. Sam Burns is not coming in tremendous form. The last time we saw him was at the Open where he shot a 64 on Sunday to backdoor a T38. What the fuck are we doing? So Sam Burns is too good of a golfer to be at 8,600. But when you look at Sam Burns and you say, hey, Sam Burns, man, what makes him donkey chalk? Well, first of all, let me go color him real quick. Boom, he's red. He's donkey chalk now. What makes him donkey chalk is his ownership is too high relative to the people around him, right? There's other guys that are legit half the ownership around him who are, essentially the exact same price or within a couple $100 of him, right? And so when there's a clear and obvious pivot, to me, that makes somebody donkey chalk. And plus, 20% is a really big threshold in DFS golf. And when you get above that 20%, you better be a fucking assassin to not be donkey chalk. So Sam Burns, Sung JM are my definition of donkey chalk, right? And so what you're probably thinking is, oh, so every time somebody's high ownership, they're donkey chalk. Well, not necessarily, dude. Like, let me give you a quick example. Rory McIlroy is coming in. I have him at about 18%. Is that donkey chalk? Absolutely not. I would call him probably somewhere between chalk, which means like I don't love it, but I get it, or even okay chalk. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to put Rory at okay chalk. I think Rory's win equity is so high versus what his ownership is that it makes sense to play him. Am I saying I'm going to play him? Nah, then Rory's a fucking loser. But at the same time, I get why somebody would. I think Rory McIlroy at 18% is acceptable chalk. Now, why is he not donkey chalk? Well, his ownership is not that much higher than all the other guys at 5 figures, right? When you go look at it, we're only talking a couple points higher, if at all, that he is than the other guys, right? He's just a hair higher than Justin Thomas. He's just a little bit higher than Scheffler. Yes, they are lower, but we're not talking half or even 2/3 the ownership of him, right? So Rory, if you love Rory, you play him. If you have any hesitation about him, you shouldn't play him at that ownership and at that price tag because he really limits what you can do with the rest of your lineup. All right? Well, then let's take somebody so if we know what good chalk is, right? Like, there's no such thing as good chalk. What is okay chalk? And that is Rory. And we know what donkey chalk is. Well, what is an example of chalk, right? Like, I don't like it, but like, I get it. A good example of that would be somebody like Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas is at 17%, and that's pretty high. But why he is not donkey chalk is he is not super higher. Like, 17% is not crazy higher than all the other people around him. Furthermore, Justin Thomas has a very large win equity. Justin Thomas wins on the tour a lot. And because of that, you have to factor that in. Then when you factor in he's coming in at a reasonable salary versus what his ownership is, I would just say, I don't know if I like Justin Thomas at 17%, but it makes sense, and I get why somebody would play him, and you're not a complete donkey dick for playing him, right? So that is what separates donkey chalk, chalk, and okay chalk. But now let's get to maybe the most donkey chalk of all time. His name is Corey Connors. And by the way, Corey Connors is donkey chalk. Sometimes he goes and gets T2 at the Masters. Sometimes he misses the cut. Okay, but regardless, Corey Connors is underpriced. He is at 7,600. He should probably be closer to 8,300. And because of that, that's naturally going to inflate his ownership. Secondly, Corey Connors is a ball striker. And for whatever reason, this community, it's like they just fucking regurgitate, they're like the baby mama bird who, and then like regurgitates it into all the baby's mouth, and they go repeat that shit. And somehow everybody came up with the narrative that only ball strikers can do well at this course. Okay, narrative guys in the community, fucking thank you for that. So Corey Connors is going to get pumped up way more than he should. Corey Connors is 7,600. Okay, let me go click on a tournament real quick. I just want to show you real quick. Let's go draft a team. We're not going to draft a real one, DraftKings. Don't get on to me. If you go to Corey Connors, he's 7,600. Let me just ask you this question. Objectively, who is a better golfer? Corey Connors or Tyrrell Hatton? Corey Connors, Max Homa. Corey Connors, Joaquin Niemann. Corey Connors, Davis Riley. I would objectively say every other guy I just said other than Corey Connors, I would rather play than Corey Connors. All of those guys are within $400 to $500 of him or the exact same price. And literally every single guy I just told you will probably come in close to half of his ownership. You truly think Corey Connors is twice as likely to outperform those guys? Do you truly think that, new guy? Because if you do, you slip the fuck into my DMs and you lay me 2-1. I'll take any of the 5 you want me to fucking bet. I'll even take Davis Riley at 2-1. You motherfather. That is what makes him donkey chalk. That is like when there's clear and obvious pivots, I don't love it. I don't love it. Somebody like Scotty Scheffler at 15.8%, you're probably thinking, oh shit, he's 10th most owned. I can't play Scotty Scheffler. Why the fuck can you not play Scotty Scheffler? The second highest owned guy only being at 16% is tremendous value. If you love Scotty Scheffler, you have the green light to go play him. He is a fucking smash play if you like him. I'm not telling you to go play him because of his ownership. He's not so cheap that he's an auto play. He's somebody that if you like, you don't get the fuck off of simply because he's coming in at 16%. Russell Henley, on the other hand, at fucking 16%, they're almost the exact same ownership, but one is okay chalk and one is you're a fucking moron chalk, aka donkey chalk. Russell Henley is a better player than Max Homa. He's a better player than Joaquin Niemann. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You're going to go pay an ownership premium on Russell Henley over those guys. And I know what's going to happen Sunday. One of these guys that I'm highlighting in red is inevitably going to do well. These are great golfers, and they're going to perform well. And 1, 2, maybe even 3 of these guys will perform well. And you'll be like, oh, I thought they were donkey chalk. They are donkey chalk, you moron. It's not about how they perform. It's about the ownership premium that you have to pay versus their upside to justify owning them. In a realistic world, Russell Henley and Davis Riley, or Russell Henley, whoever the fuck you want to pick, Max Homa, both have almost the exact same upside. Probably Max Homa even has a bigger upside than Russell Henley. Yet you're going to go play Russell Henley in the exact same range at a higher ownership with less of a ceiling than Max Homa. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, that's what makes it donkey chalk. That's donkey chalk. Okay, there's other ones up here. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I went over all this on the old Patreon. Everybody that can, I have a Patreon. They support my channel. If you want to do it, join it. It's the greatest community you'll ever be a part of. We literally have like 97% of people renew, so clearly people like it. It's an awesome community over there. I give way more content to them. That is what it is. By the way, new guy, go like and sub for me real quick. We're moving on to the model. If you want to know what I looked at in my model, I kind of came up with my own narrative. It sucks that like when I made this, the whole community didn't have the exact same narrative, so it's a little similar to the community, but what the fuck are you going to do? Am I right? I decided this week, more than anything, and this is what separates me from the community. The number one thing I looked at is I want guys who are playing well coming in. Okay? As you can see, that's the number one thing in my model, the most important thing I weighted. I just decided if everybody wants to go with, if everybody in the community says this is the most important thing, well, they're all fucking morons. I'll go play this thing. And so my big theme this week was very simple. I want to play guys who are coming in with the best possible form. And so I weighted that the highest. Usually that is connected to ball striking. And then I wanted guys who put it in the fairway. And just between those three stats, that's basically 50% of my model. I looked at some other things from par 4 scoring to Bermuda, and looked at some different distances, how they've performed at Southwind, a lot of different things. I try to make my model, and this is like these model snobs that I see in the community who have like model pride and I've got better categories than you. Fucking losers. And what they do is they end up making these models, and every time it's like Rory's number 1. You don't say, you made a model and Rory's number 1? Get the fuck out of here. It's because they just use the most milquetoast, plain-ass statistics you'll ever use. I don't use my model to determine what stud is the best. I use my model to find fucking punts, aka sleepers, new guy, and I use it to see guys who pop in specific stats. You see this my rank over here where it shows what they are? Tony Finau's number 1. I gotta play him. Well, do ya? Because he's also a fucking horrendous Bermuda putter, which I might want to factor in. He's also terrible at Southwind. He's played here before, and he doesn't have a great track record. So, those are things to consider. So I'm using the model and looking at specific details. Yes, I assign them weights, but, that weights only matters over here for the rank. I want to see how they do with all of these. So when you make your model, of course, better players are going to be better. But notice that, I have some guys down here who really pop, like Shane Lowry. I was so pumped to play Shane Lowry, but with Hideki withdrawing today, I just think it's natural that his ownership is going to fade up to Burns and him, but also fall down to Shane Lowry. And so when I thought I was going to get Shane Lowry at 10% because he pissed everybody off last week, well, now I don't think that's going to be the case. And so a guy who did pop in my model maybe isn't popping so much anymore, right? Corey Connors, look at that. A guy with good recent form who ball strikes and puts it in the fairway. I can't believe he's high in my model. I don't give a fuck. It's a model. 17% Corey Connors can fuck off. There's no chance I'm playing him. You get the fuck out of here. A matter of fact, the one guy I'm not playing this week, Corey Connors. Corey Connors, that is donkey dick chalk. All right, you play him. He'll probably do well. It doesn't work out. Mito, Mito looks great in the statistics, but here's what you got to look at when you're making your model. By the way, this is no endorsement of Fantasy National. For any of you that know the brand, don't give a fuck about them. Here's the problem with Mito. He's missed 4 straight cuts, but a lot of his statistics are not showing up because, we don't have those from those events, right? Or at least this website doesn't. And so, he's going to look like a model god. But what I'm really looking at when I look at this model is I want to see guys who pop in some specific categories, right? Webb Simpson has great course history here. Webb Simpson's really good at difficult par 70s. Yeah, but then there's that whole middle ground. Webb Simpson's fucking broken. He sucks. So I'm not playing Webb Simpson. That is what I'm using in my model, right? So let's see. Let's talk about how to use the model to pivot, right? So let's just go take our boy Tom Kim. The tout himself picked him. Who picked Tom Kim? The tout himself. And so we got Tom Kim here, and Tom Kim is looking great in the model. Of course he's going to look great in the model. He's coming off a win, and he's fucking the greatest player since Tiger Woods in his prime. And he looks really good, right? Oh, he's really good in your model. Yes, he is. Very good, new guy. But what I look is I go over here and I just, I look at somebody like Joaquin Niemann, and I see, well, how is Joaquin Niemann compared to him? Well, Tom Kim's never played here. At least Joaquin Niemann's played at this course before. Joaquin Niemann is better off the tee than Tom Kim, which I think is relatively important. They both find the fairway about the same amount. To me, I see almost the exact same player looking at these stats. I don't see one clearly above the other. So if I can have Joaquin Niemann at 10% or I can have Tom Kim at 18%, what are we talking about here, right? What is the decision to even make? Who's another one that's catching a ton of steam this week? Let's see. Sam Burns, right? Sam Burns looks really good in the model, but what you got to remember is a lot of his stats aren't in there because of the Open Championship and the Scottish Open. So here's the one I would give you. Sam Burns is number 13 in my model. Not that I give a shit about overall rankings, and Cam Young is 14. Sam Burns will legit be twice the ownership of Cam Young. Okay, I know they're $700 apart, but you can find $700. There's plenty of value at the bottom of this board. And so what I would ask you is if they're the exact same player and one's going to be twice the ownership, you would be so much better playing this guy right here, Cam Young, who just last week everybody thought was God, and now he fucking sucks. Get out of here. And I can get off Sam Burns, who isn't exactly coming in with a ton of positive momentum. He's just the name everybody's saying because he's underpriced. And then all you got to do is go down here, and instead of playing Mito Pereira, go drop down to a Aaron Rai or a Troy Merritt or a Kevin Streelman, guys like that, right? There becomes a lot of options for guys to play. And so, this is the key of pivoting. And here's the last lesson I want to teach you tonight. When you are pivoting, please, Jesus, never pivot off of a guy that you love, right? If you love a guy, if you are in love with Corey Connors, you go play Corey Connors, and you play him in at least 40% of your lineup so you have leverage on him. And if you don't love Corey Connors and you're very happy pivoting off Corey Connors and you want to go to Seamus Power, who's going to be way lower owned, well, don't move to Seamus Power simply because he's lower owned. You move to Seamus Power because you like him or you see something that makes sense that he could do well. Never pivot just for the sake of pivoting. Pivot off of guys that you don't love to guys that you do. That's the key. If you love a guy, you don't pivot off of him. It is okay to eat some chalk. When you're looking at this right here, these 12 highest owned guys, you new guy, you have permission to play at least 3 to 4 of these guys. If you play all 12 of them, you're a fucking moron. If you play 8 of them, you're a fucking moron. If you play 6 of them, you're a fucking moron. Okay? Play 4 of these guys at most, and that will help get you off so much chalk that then you don't have to worry so much about are you being too chalky, right? That is the key to doing it. And if you kind of like Justin Thomas, but like you're really warm to, you know, who's somebody around him? John Rahm, right? And make that pivot then, right? Thomas and Rahm are even. Well, then simply go to Rahm. He's going to be lower owned than Justin Thomas. That's how you do it. If you hate John Rahm and you love Justin Thomas, then don't pivot. Just eat the 4 points and play the guy you love. Don't pivot for the sake of pivoting. You pivot off of guys that you're not in love with, guys that don't tickle your fancy. That's what you do. Okay, you can't just pivot every time. Like, oh, I pivot. The total cumulative ownership of your lineup shouldn't be 8%, right? It should be somewhere like, 60 to 75 max. And so when you do that, that allows you to play a guy that's 18%. I played 75% Tom Kim last week, and in hindsight, he was kind of fucking donkey chalk. But I played him, and I played a lot of him, and he made me have a negligible week, right? I won, but not enough to fucking screenshot. So that's what we're looking at. All right. Other pivots to consider. Russell Henley. You're going to go play Russell Henley tomorrow at 16%. And Tyrrell Hatton is right there at probably 10%. Just objectively, new guy. Do you truly think that Russell Henley is a better golfer than Tyrrell Hatton? Do you truly believe that? Get the fuck out of here. There's no way, right? There's just some such obvious pivots this week that people have bought into this narrative of this course that they're losing. And you can't say, well, Tyrrell Hatton's playing bad. No, he fucking got 5th place last week. He's playing fine. Okay. Joaquin Niemann is not a better golfer than Tom Kim because Tom Kim picked up 12 strokes putting last week. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. There ain't no chance. Joaquin Niemann is a better golfer than Tom Kim at this moment. Will that be the case in 2 years? I'm not sure. Although Tom Kim will probably be in the fucking military by then. Which, by the way, what the fuck ever happened to Siwoo going to the military? Whatever happened to that? Okay. Let's see. Don't forget to get your questions over here. We're not too far away from questions, guys. If you don't put a question mark, I'm not going to fucking answer them. Let's see. Anybody else? Other guys that I would say are getting a little bit of ownership down here. Scott Stallings. He's a god among men. You have to play him. He's the absolute nuts. But let me just ask you this question. Is Scott Stallings really any better than fucking Alex Noren, Justin Rose, Brian Harmon? He's not. He's really, really not. If you think he is, you're full of shit. You're full of shit, brother. And I'll fight you on that. The great thing is once you get down here past my man, once you get past Corey Connors, no one really seems to have disgusting chalk. So for all of you that don't get to see all my ownership, here's what I'll tell you. Once you get below 7,500, you basically can play the guys you like. You just commit to playing them in at least 10 to 15% of your lineups, right? Because if you do that, you'll have leverage on almost all of them. Cam Davis will get a little ownership. Brendan Steele will get a little bit of ownership. Scott Stallings will get a little bit of ownership. But there's just not going to be that much. People love this upper 7K range, and this is where they're going to get 2 or 3 players, and then their last guy in is going to be some random slapdick down here, right? And so knowing that, then you kind of have a pretty good idea. So that is the model. That's the categories I'm looking at. Who is the one guy I am definitely fading this week? Well, I already said it. It's Corey Connors. Get the fuck out of here. And then who is the one guy I'm definitely playing? Fuck, I don't know. I have to be careful with this because I don't want to push ownership. The one guy I am definitely playing this week is... Fuck, you think I'd come in prepared. I should just play him in one lineup so I don't fucking lie to you guys. You know what? I'll go ahead. I can't believe that this is the world I live in, but the one guy I'm definitely playing this week because I cannot believe he's not gaining ownership, his name is... Xander Schauffele? What the fuck is going on? I'm playing Xander Schauffele and the community's not. Is the fucking lightning about to strike down and kill me at this moment? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck's going on? All right, that's it. That's it. It is time
for the big announcement. I hope, hey, look, I got like almost my peak audience right now. Well over 200 of you. Thanks for being here, you motherfather. 7:39 on a Wednesday night. We still got lineups to make. I got to make lineups with all my drawing winners. More on that in a minute, big guy. All right. First of all, I'm not one of those assholes that thinks like I'm so important and I've got like such big announcements. Check me out. But it's big to me because I'm basically committing to my next 5 months of my life. Basically, like I'm pretty swamped doing all this golf stuff. And now I thought, hey, what could I do to just make sure I really don't have a life? And so here's your big announcement. It is pretty simple. I did a poll with my Discord and asked them if they would want this. I was already leaning this way. And so here you go. I love two things in life. I love golf. And I love football. Those are the two things I love, right? Well, I love DFS, but that's mainly just because I've won a lot of money at it, right? As soon as I stop winning, I bet I'd fucking hate it. So with that in mind, I have decided that there's nobody out there that does good college football content. And so I'm going to start doing college football DFS content because I fucking love college football because I live in Oklahoma and we're a bunch of fucking poors who can't afford an NFL team, so we have to settle for college. So college football DFS is coming. Furthermore, every Saturday, I'm going to start doing a watch college football with the Degenerate 75, where we are going to watch the big game of the week on this stream. We're going to be watching our bets. We're going to be watching prize picks. We're going to be watching our DFS lineups. We're going to be drinking the ranch water. And we're just going to have a good time on Saturday. I know people want to do it because my Cut Sweat show, we had like 200 people just wanting to fucking watch one putt from Smotherman. So that is happening. And between golf and between college football, that's going to eat up a lot of my time, right? And I want you to know golf is always going to be number one. I love PGA golf more than anything. College football will always be the redheaded stepchild to PGA golf. So for any of you worried that golf's going to leave, golf has literally have paid my bills the last 5 years. It ain't going nowhere, brother. But I am no fool. I know that not many people play college football DFS. So the other big news would be that I'm going to start doing NFL content. I'm going to do Showdown and I'm going to do Week Long. And you're probably thinking, hey, man, you're already doing golf and college football. How much time do you got in the day? Hey, fucking hillbilly. Great question, brother. I know how much my time is limited. I know how much just golf alone kicks my ass. And now they're throwing college football on top of that is going to be too much. So I'm not a fucking moron. So I thought, hey, why don't I bring in definitively one of the best 100 best players in the world to help me with this, to provide ownership, to provide models, to provide strategy, and to make a weekly NFL show with me that we will put on the Discord. And so I got that guy, and he's all about helping me. And if you go look at his results from the last few years, you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about. His name's Jungle JD, is going to be helping me with NFL content so that I can do my PGA, I can do my college football, and then I have Jungle JD to help me with the NFL content that I will also be participating in. So if you're interested in all that stuff, you like the cut of my jib, well, I've got great fucking news. It's only going to get more. I hope to help use all my game theory and strategy and years of doing this shit at the highest level to help you become a better DFS player. That is the plan. That is what we're doing. I'm also going to have a Patreon sign up for that, and then I'll have an all access, all of that. I don't give a shit. If you just want the free shit, keep tuning in. We're going to do NFL Showdown. We're going to do NFL Main Slate. We're going to do it all. We're going to do shows. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be more of me. So if you like listening to my shit in the background, well, I've got great news, motherfather. You're about to get a whole lot more of it. Not to mention, every Sunday, I am going to start doing a watch NFL with the Degenerate 75, right? And we're going to watch NFL, and we're going to sweat our DFS lineups and our bets just like we're going to do on Saturday. We'll do it for the whole early slate. So if you want to watch football with me and you enjoyed me talking shit about golf, wait till you hear me tilting some fucking NFL lineups. So that is what is happening, which leads to maybe the most important thing. I don't have a fucking name for the show, right? I have the Showdown Hoedown. I have the emergency stream. I have watching football on the Saturday sweat and the Sunday sweat for NFL and college. But guys, I need some fucking help. In the comments of this video, I need to know, what should I call my NFL show? Okay? Touchdown Hoedown has been suggested. I got a lot of good suggestions, but I don't have the one that's it. I would like it to maybe have Degenerate 75 in it. I would like for it to have some type of, something incorporated that keeps the theme of my channel, but that is not a requirement. So if you put a comment down in this video with a suggestion for what I should call my college or NFL show, or both of them, and you win, I will put you $100 ticket into the next Saturday Showdown. Me and you, we will play together on me if you have the winning idea for the name of the thing. So go put that in the comment of this video, right? Not over here in this fucking chat, you a-holes. Down in the comments of this video. And make sure to leave your Twitter or something where I can get a hold of you. And if you have the winner, I will give you a $100 ticket, courtesy of me. We will build the lineup together. It's not going to be one of those things where I'm like, hey, here's $100. Fuck off. It's going to be me building a lineup with you. So please go drop that in the comments, because I got to tell you, I've been really fucking torn on coming up with a good name for the show. So far, all I got is the Touchdown Hoedown, which I kind of like because it incorporates the old name, but like, you know, I might need more than that. So this week, our winner, a free month on the Discord. I did this from all my drawings of people who retweeted my shit. Mr. D-Lo, you get a free month on my Discord, brother. And I got to tell you, the guys who've won it the last 2 weeks, those motherfathers love it. They're all up in there all the time. It is a fun fucking Discord. I think you're going to like it. So I will have my editor reach out to you. Congratulations. Let's get to the drawing for tonight. We are doing this for a free $20 ticket that we can do tonight or next week. Here we go. This is to make a lineup with me. On me, we'll split the profits 50-50. The winner is, hey, I know that guy. He's going to be pumped. That's my dude right there. That is my dude. All right. Because I know him, I'm doing one more. I will do one more. That's my man. I didn't even try to say your name, bro. All right. And then Dylan Sports 1. Hey, you can tweet me or you can DM me, or my editor will probably reach out to you. And then I want to do one from the chat, because 220 something people tonight is fucking incredible. So let's go exclamation point winner. And let's get one from right over here. So I did 2 winners there. Here we go. The winner is Rickrolled. I know that. All the people are winning tonight. Let's go. These are the homies. These are the homies. All right, so that's 3 $20 tickets. We'll either do them tonight or we'll do them on the big Sunday showdown, whichever you prefer. I will tell you, tonight's fucking crazy for me, because believe it or not, I like to make my own fucking lineups, because that's actually how I make my money. And then for all my patrons, I do a $100 single entry for the Sunday Showdown, which we've had a lot of success with. So this is for my Patreon members. Christian Smith, the man himself. I know that guy. Good people. Me and him are doing a $100 lineup. That's it. That's how we're rolling. Let's get the fuck over here to the chat. Let me drink some ranch water. I'm getting pasty as shit. Congratulations to all my winners, and thank you all for being here. Just keep retweeting. You'll win eventually, I promise. It's just fucking the law of large numbers, right? It's like when you fucking fade the donkey dick donkey chalk, eventually it'll pay off, and it pays off very well. All right, here we go. Here we go. We are scrolling up. Wow, a lot of fucking chat. Don't forget, if you don't put question marks, I'm not fucking reading it. I'm not reading it, Bob. All right, here we go. Rob Casilli says, let's go. You're a good-looking man. I love that profile picture, Mr. Robert Casilli. Eric Small, why is it saying I'm not subscribed to this channel? Eric, I have no idea, bro, but you need to figure that the fuck out, because the big guy needs more subscribers. Hey, new guy, go like and subscribe. I appreciate you staying this long. You're cool fucking I had a good vibe about you. You fucked up those first couple questions, but you really redeemed yourself. A lot of people had a bunch of Asian lineups. Hey, the Asian lineups was the nuts last week. I wouldn't count on that again, my man, Eric. All right, just looking for question marks. Just looking for question marks. Here we go. Nick wants to know, is it okay to build while watching this, or must we wait till after? Well, Nick, you can start building, but if you hit submit and don't go back to it before the end of it, that is a violation and can result in a fine and or one ass kicking. I'm kidding. You're a big guy. I don't want any. I don't want any, big man. Let's see. Let's make some money. Rickroll, we're going to make some money. Wait, that's from earlier. That's before you even knew that you won the fucking drawing, you fucking legend. I'm proud of you, big guy. All right, Nick again. Thank you. Hey, can we get some questions out there? Guess who won a ton of money on Tom Kim? Well, I know Nick won 5 figures. He put like, what, $250 on like a 44-1 Tom Kim, you fucking legend. Hey, you know why? It's because your buddy Degenerate 75 touted him, and you knew to play him. Where was the hoedown intro? Fucking Billy. Wait, did the stream not kick on till it was over? I don't know. I'd play it again for you, but just fucking wait till round 3. It'll come back up. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Love the hat 2 weeks in a row. Hey, Billy, people buy me nice hats. And it goes, look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. Tell me it doesn't go good with this shirt. It goes good with this shirt. It goes roo good. All right, let's get to some fucking questions. Boomer Sooner Coke equals ranch water. Mr. Bates, I like that. I like that. Hey, Topo Chico, reach out to your boy. Reach out to your dude. Damn, I got to pee. Okay. That's the problem with pounding ranch water on a live stream. You kind of forget how bad you got to pee. Doug Howe wants to know, what is ranch water? First of all, what are you, brother? Ranch water is the world's greatest drink. It sounds disgusting, but that's just because we don't know. Ranch water is simple. It is blue agave tequila, a squeeze of a half a lime, a Topo Chico. It's got to be Topo Chico mineral sparkling water, and then a little bit. I like a little pinch of salt because I'm a little bit like that. So there you go. That's what it is, and it's really good. It's really refreshing. I won't even be hungover tomorrow, probably. Okay, Moving on. I need some people to ask me some fucking questions. Aaron says he was hoping to avoid 4 weeks in a row with a 5 of 6 and a WD. Aaron, I will tell you that guys, yeah, they'll probably still withdraw, especially if they're in the top 70. They'll fucking withdraw left and right this week, right? If Justin Rose is like 55th in the points and he wakes up even thinking he has a headache, his ass is out. He is out. Let's do some weather, motherfather. That's right. Oh, I didn't know he withdrew. Yeah, Ramon, that's why you watch. If you don't know, we've had Nate Lashley and Decky withdrawals. So if you play either of them, you're a fucking moron. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad I saved you some money. Let's see. Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs? Yeah, Billy Ho, this is the playoffs. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm glad that DraftKings is embracing that and trying to do something a little bit different. Thank you for your support. Go check out Billy Ho's show. He does a good job. Christian Smith, any love for Hodges this week? Thank you for fucking getting to a golf question. 37 questions down. Christian, my man. Oh, wait, you're the fucking winner, too. Look at that. You're on my screen and you're asking good questions. Christian Smith, viewer of the night. You win an award. I don't know what that is, but I fucking appreciate you. I do like the whole ball striking narrative this week, and Lee Hodges is a ball striking SOB. Am I going to play him? I don't know, but I definitely wouldn't hate for playing him. I could get warm to it, and the fact that he's not going to be super highly owned makes me interested. Congrats on going 5 deep, baby. I don't know what we're talking about. Let's see. What you got going on with Willie Z-Chalk? Yeah, so the Willie Z-Chalk really does seem to be real, and here's the only thing that concerns me about Willie Z-Chalk is, like, he lost his caddy last week, and I know a lot of you are like, but he played well without him. Okay, well, let's not forget that, like, Friday afternoon, everybody already had his ass as a miscut, and then he fucking spins one in for an eagle on a par 4, and then rolls in like a 90,000-foot putt for an eagle to, make the cut, right? And if he didn't get that momentum, he would have been a miscut and nobody would have thought about him this week. And then I saw him on Saturday chip one in. I mean, like, he wasn't playing that well, I'm telling you. Yes, he made a lot of birdies, but, like, you can make a lot of birdies and not play well. I think he was kind of had a fuck it attitude and was just firing at everything and didn't really give a shit. And that might have been because he was being a little emotional bitch because of whatever happened between him and his caddy. And I got to imagine it's pretty bad if him and his caddy just fucking quit mid-round, right? That's the kind of stuff that will get me off of somebody. If I had to eat Tony Finau chalk or Willie Z chalk, I can tell you comfortably I'd rather eat Tony Finau chalk because he seems like a much more stable human being who is definitively playing better golf. So that's where I'm at. Hey, I like the cut of your jib, Michael Wallen. All right, if I don't see question marks, I'm not fucking answer them. All week long are the last qualifying tickets for the 444. Yeah, if you see any overlays in those satellite tournaments for the 444, maybe consider playing in them. It's really tough to do those because you got to win first place to win a ticket, and then even if you win the ticket, you haven't won shit. All you've won is a chance to go play a bunch of ringers next week for $1 million. Don't love it. All right. Kurt Kitayama in a single entry, stupid or ballsy? Could be Travis. Thank you for the question. Now I can answer this very definitively. Do you like Kurt Kitayama? I have to assume if you're asking about him, the answer is yes, right? So if the answer to that question is yes, I like Kurt Kitayama, here's what I will always say, and I feel so strongly about this, and my single entries tomorrow are going to be fucking disgusting because I follow this rule. Are you ready? If he's good enough to be in your player pool, he's good enough to be in your single entry, okay? If you're comfortable enough to play him in your lineups, you should be comfortable enough to go put him in your your $100 single entry, your $33 single entry, whatever level you play. Okay? You can't be thinking, oh, but I like him, but not enough to put him in this one, because that kind of bullshit, like, pussy thinking will never get you very far. Now, if you don't like him enough to be in your player pool, then yes, it's pretty fucking stupid to put him in your single entry. Pretty simple answer. Keegan White, does the media circus around Cam Smith's LIV Tour make you consider avoiding him at lower ownership? Yes, absolutely. I don't like all this media around him. It would not even surprise me if he gets off to a slow start. He'll just fucking mail it in, get the fuck out of there, and go do something else. Like, just withdraw and be like, fuck this circus. I'm going to play in the LIV. Because he's gone. I don't like it. If he were 3%, I'd play him. But I still get him coming in at like 10%. And to me, that's not enough leverage to justify playing him. Great question, Keegan. I appreciate you, man. All right. Where does the DK playoff special thing? I haven't seen it. Yeah, Bates, it's just over in the normal lobby, right? It's the $222, the $40, and the $6. And I think they chose those amounts on purpose so that they would clearly stand out from the regular week-long tournaments, right? We don't normally see a $222, a $40, and a $6 at PGA. So you can basically just go find it because they're the only ones that are at that value. And then if you go click on the special promotion on the contest details, it will tell you a little bit more about the event. Sorry, need to drink. Jordan Thomas wants to know, Rom had a baby on Friday. Well, his wife did. Yeah, that'd be weird if he had it. He does have those childbearing hips. Let's agree that John Rom could probably carry triplets. We can all agree to that. Am I right? Okay. Any baby narrative takes this week? You know what? To me, with a guy like John Rom, that makes me like him even less. I get the baby swag, and he's happy, and he's going to go out there and be blah, blah, blah. But to me, John Rom is a fucking psycho that gets pissed off too easily. And to me, I feel like if he doesn't get off to a hot start, he'll fucking mail it in, miss the cut, and go hang out with his wife and baby. That's how I'm taking it. But it's all just a narrative. We're all guessing, so who knows? All right. Is there a price range you won't play or go below? I haven't seen many guys under 6,600. This guy, Mr. Impenter Jr. I always say your name wrong. Probably fucking pisses you off. I really don't see too many guys under 6,500 I want to play, and I even love me some Dumpy Bow. I just not sure that that's what I want to do. Weather. Look at all these weather people. See, they get it. New guy. You see all these people over here in the chat? They fucking get that it was weather back in the day. Thoughts on playing single entry tier? Love it. Love it. Here you go, S-Clear. Just go fucking in there. Look at my ownership that I put up on the VIP announcements and just play the lowest owned guy in each one of those. And if 4 or 5 of the 6 of the lowest owned guys hit and you have them, you will fucking annihilate tiers. I actually wanted to play some tiers this week, but I just didn't like the contests that much, right? It made me sad. Tiers. So, let's see. So Rom hasn't slept since. That's a good point. That's a good point. Daddies don't get a lot of sleep. I don't have kids, so I don't know that, but it's something I've heard from my friends that do have kids, which is disgusting. Billy wants to know, is a famous mathematician the degenerate Archimedes? Yes, that's it. That's me. I'm a descendant of him. Overnight Thursday AM rain cold make LCP. You're going to have to stop speaking in code. I don't know what the fuck that means, Billy Ho, but LCP, left-handed closing pitcher. That's how I read that. It's a lefty closing pitcher, so that would be like Billy Wagner from back in the day. Astros shout out. I used to be a big baseball nut. All right, 187 in here, only 70 likes. What are we doing? Give the man a like. Go give me a like, everybody. I find, hey, my stream last week, 200 likes. First time I've ever done that. So thank you, motherfathers. I don't have the highest live viewers at one time as everybody in the community, but I do get more likes than everybody, so I fucking appreciate it. Don't think that shit doesn't go noticed by your boy. All right, it's like trying to pick the winner of the Kentucky Derby, except the difference is those horses, actually some of them are better than others, but like all the people that pick these golfers are fucking morons, so just do what the field's not, and about 3 times a year you'll fucking smash the nuts. You're welcome, Eric. Bobby Boom, question, we riding Burns or Zhu Hong? Tell him. I'm not. There's no way I'm playing that chalk. And Tom Kim is, I assume that's what his name is. I know him as Tom Kim. All right, Carolina peeps in the house. There's a lot of Carolina people in here. Probably way too many Carolina, New York, and what's my other one? Minnesota, Wisconsin area. I don't know what it is about those 3 regions, but the people fucking love the golf in those regions. All right, back to questions. Should I play Donkey Chalk if it's a 24-player tourney? I mean, if you love them, absolutely play the guy you love, but then don't go play all of the guys that are highly owned. That's what I would say to that. I don't know. I want to know more about this 24-person tourney is what I want to know. All right, Matthew Cohen. No, he's talking to somebody else. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What do you think about the percentage of people who will play Stars and Scrubs? Butters, I can always count on you for a good fucking question, you legend. I'm going to drink to you having a good question. The percentage of people. I feel like Stars and Scrubs, I actually went and adjusted my ownership and bumped up people like Rory and Scotty because I think that Stars and Scrubs is going to get very popular this week, and the truth is it makes a lot of sense. A guy at 6,200 this week, or 6,300 or 6,400 are very, very close in overall ability to guys in the 7,400, 7,500 range. So because the guys down at the bottom are like real golfers instead of complete fucking punts, it is so easy to start your lineup. Rory, Scheffler, and then just go drop in like Bo Hostler. I don't fucking care about Bo Hostler. I just know he's 6,100, right? And then just go look at how much leftover money you have, and you can still make a really appetizing lineup just by eating one piece of shit player. So because of that, I think Stars and Scrubs is going to be super appealing this week because literally even somebody like Nick Watney, like why the fuck are you playing Nick Watney? But even if you did this week, I get it. I truly do. This is the one week we're playing $6,000 and $6,100 golfers as a legitimate way to win a GPP, and that is very, very rarely the case. Only stopping if I see question marks. 70 Rose at 7,200, 2%. Are you down, Billy Ho? I am so fucking down. Give me Justin Rose. I hope he's at 2%. I doubt he will be. Sean wants to know, my dude Sean, what's the quality of the field game theory the most important factor this week? I would say game theory is going to come into effect way more the next 2 weeks where we have non-cut events. This week, you still have to factor in the quality of a golfer making the cut and their floor and their ceiling. Whereas these next 2 weeks, that becomes a lot less important on the spectrum because you'll have 4 rounds to get a peak round out of them instead of just the first and the second. So I would save that whole game theory. Let's just play straight game theory till the next 2 weeks where there's no cut. That would be my answer to that. Besides when, okay, asking other people questions. Get the fuck out of here. All right, Star-Lord, who's the one player you're playing that we shouldn't? God, what a great fucking question. I haven't even made my player pool because I follow my own rules, and I don't make lineups until I have finished this. The one guy I'm going to play that I definitely shouldn't, Davis Riley. He's due to let me down. I fucking called him last week. He'll let me down. Let's see. Any Ricky in your player pool? Not a fucking chance in hell am I playing Ricky. Aiden DM. Thoughts on Xander's ownership? Feels like he's single digits in single entry. Yeah, that's not true. Xander always has more ownership than you think, but he is amazingly low this week. Tom Kim or M? Neither. Thoughts on Bez? I'm out. Kirk, too popular. All right, guys. I have some more questions I needed to get through, but you know what? I've drank too much ranch water, and I got to go. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I will see y'all Friday night for Showdown Round 3. I hope you enjoy my outro.